What's up, gentlemen? Chris here with Elite Level Leader, and welcome to the Battleground. In today's workout, I've got a 6-minute AMRAP for you, and it's a dumbbell and body weight AMRAP for you. And an AMRAP is as many rounds or as many reps as possible within that 6 minutes. So basically, you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna set a clock for 6 minutes, and we're gonna repeat a sequence of movements for that 6 minutes. Once the 6 minutes is up, you're gonna go ahead and rest for 1 minute. Once the 1 minute of rest is up, you're gonna set that clock again, repeat that same sequence of movements for 6 minutes, rest for another minute, and then you're gonna end up completing a third and final 6-minute AMRAP of those movements. So go ahead, set your clock for 6 minutes, and what we're gonna start off with today is 20 alternating dumbbell snatches. So I'm gonna head back here, I'm gonna grab a single dumbbell for this. And first off, I'm going to set it on the ground. I'm going to describe what the dumbbell snatch is and go through some of the different parts of the movement on here. So the dumbbell is on the ground. It's going to start down there between your feet. Now basically what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go ahead and grab that dumbbell. Now we're going to lift it off the ground and we're going to press it all the way up overhead. We're going to bring it back down. Then we're going to switch to the left hand, push it all the way up overhead. So that's basically the dumbbell snatch movement, but there's a lot of parts of this that I want to go over. First off, I don't want you just hinging at the waist, grabbing this dumbbell and yanking it off the ground and pulling it and throwing it all the way up. Really, we are using the strength and the power of our lower body to initiate all the momentum, all the power, all the speed to get that dumbbell off the ground. Once your body is at full extension, only then do you actually start to pull on the elbow and then raise it up all the way up overhead. And even then, we're gonna get back underneath it in kind of a little bit of a mini squat. So first off, feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart here, guys. Toes are pointed out slightly. I'm gonna keep my chest up. As my knees start to bend, I'm gonna sit back in the squat. Knees are tracking out over those toes. I'm looking out into the horizon. I'm reaching down with a nice straight right arm. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this dumbbell. From this position, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start pressing through the floor and using the strength and the power of my lower body to bring that dumbbell off of the ground. Now, the tendency is to start pulling with the elbow immediately, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to come through, press through the floor. Knees are coming back, chest is up, hips are opening up. You have this dumbbell in your hand, your arm is still straight at this point. Now your hips are fully opened up. Now what I want you to do, I even want you to extend further. I want you to get up on your toes. I want you to shrug your shoulder. Now you're at full extension. Now and only now do I want you to go ahead and start pulling. Once you start to pull and bend that elbow, now I want you to kind of drop back underneath a squat and then stand it fully upright. And then we're gonna bring it back down the ground and we're gonna switch over to the left hand. So I'm gonna go through this a couple times and then I have a couple options of when you can transition on the dumbbell. So first off, knees are tracking out over those toes, chest is up, hips are sending back into this nice squat position, my arm is nice and straight. I'm gonna use the power and strength of my lower body, press through the floor, keeping that dumbbell close to my body the entire time. We're not swinging it out like a kettlebell. All right, press through the ground, snatch it up, get underneath it, now stand it all the way up. Now bring it down to the ground, switch to the left side here, power of the lower body, strength of the lower body, snatch it up, get underneath it, now stand it fully upright. You'll notice I don't bend that elbow until I am at full extension there. So, arm is down there straight, press through, and then get underneath it, now stand it fully upright. Now you notice I'm bringing the dumbbell down and I'm switching at the ground. Now once you kind of get used to this movement, you can really start to speed up these dumbbell snatches by switching the dumbbell mid-air right around your chin level. So that looks like this. Grab this dumbbell, snatch it up, now switch right here. So now I can really rip through a lot of these dumbbell snatches by switching right there in front of my face. All right, guys, so you're gonna end up doing 20 of those alternating dumbbell snatches. Then we're just gonna go into 15 simple body weight squats, or what's sometimes referred to as air squats. So just like we were doing before, we wanna make sure that our feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart here, guys. Nice squat stance, toes are pointed out slightly, chest is up, you're gonna hinge at the hips. Once again, knees are tracking out over those toes, we're not caving them inward there. You're gonna sit all the way down till butt goes down below knee level, chest is up, hands are out, to kind of counterbalance you here. Stand fully upright, opening up those hips at the top, all the way down, all the way up. So just 15 of these basically body weight or air squats. After you completed 15 of those, now we're just gonna go into 7 burpees. So make sure your dumbbell is out of the way here, guys. Now everyone kind of knows what a burpee is, but I have a couple tips on to make them a little bit easier for you and a little bit more efficient. So first off, once again, feet should be about hip width apart here, guys, because you're gonna end up going into a plank position. You're gonna sit back in the hips, knees are gonna start to track out over those toes. You're gonna go down the ground and you're gonna go into a plank position. From the plank position here, make sure that your shoulders, elbows are all in a line here. From the plank position, we're not sagging down or piking up. You're gonna go into a push-up. You're gonna press out of that push-up. Now you're gonna bring your feet in, and then you're just gonna jump up and touch your hands above your head. So down, plank, push-up, press, feet, jump, down, plank, push-up, press, feet up, jump. Now, you'll notice when I was bringing my feet up and I'm bringing my feet down, they were on the sides, the outsides of my hands. I see a lot of people when they go into these burpees, their feet are super close together. They go down here, they're all kind of bunched up here into a ball. They go into a plank, and then they bring their feet back in really close to each other in between their hands. Now your knees are interacting with your elbows here, guys, and you're kind of bunched up. And you have a long way to travel from this point to stand all the way up and jump. What I want you to do is go with a wider stance, hands to the ground. Now you have a lot more room here between your elbows and your knees because you're spread out there. You go out, now you bring those legs in, or the feet, to the outside of your hands. Now, as you see, I'm not all bunched up like this. My hands are right here, legs are on the outside, and I'm just sitting back. All I have to do at this point is just kind of stand up, or even hinge at the waist. So you see, when I go down, I go wider, I just stand up and then jump from there. And then I can easily get back down here. My center of gravity is so much closer to the ground in both of those positions, I don't have so much time to travel. So that's just a little tip there on those burpees. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna do 7 of those burpees. Now those are the only 3 movements within this workout. It's the 20 alternating snatches, you got the 15 bodyweight squats, and the 7 burpees. You're just gonna keep on repeating that same sequence of movements for 6 minutes. After the 6 minutes is up, you're gonna go ahead and rest for 1 minute. Then you're gonna repeat that again for 6 minutes, 1 more minute of rest, and then a 3rd and final round of that 6-minute AMRAP, and that will go ahead and complete that workout today. All right, guys, that is the workout of the day. I will see you right back here next time in the battleground for your next workout. And as always, to continue your training, be sure to check out EliteLevelLeader.com to learn more about our training programs and enlist today.